Hello everyone, it is Joe here from Omnipoke, the channel that brings you guys everything Pokemon. Today we're going to be looking at an updated Zoroark Toolbox. I know a lot of you guys were excited to see the new Minccino Stage 1 Pokemon coming out from Astral Radiance, updating this sort of archetype, but I've always thought that Zoroark had a very favourable Mew already. That was one of its biggest selling points. Night Days being an aggressive attack. When you were able to choice belt up, you could knock out Mew V Pokemon, even under an Oricorio. You had Golisopod, you had Flapple, and you had late game Moltres. So that was always one of your best selling points. So why do we need Minccino? I'm actually way more excited about a few other additions from this set that could keep this deck extremely relevant. So let's talk about the includes that I've gone for from Astral Radiance and why I think it could breathe some new life into Zoroark. So let's start with the new attacking Pokemon. First of all, one of the main issues of Zoroark previously has been Urshifu. Urshifu Avery Rapid Flow is very, very bad for this deck, but now Wyrdeer comes in and offers a one-hit KO option against Urshifu, which is huge. Extrasensory does 40 plus 80 if you have the same number of cards in hand as your opponent. That's only 120 damage, but we are playing the new tool card Supereffective Glasses to get the one-hit KO. So we are tripling up our damage when hitting for weakness, which is absolutely massive. You have resistance to fighting as well, so this guy has an effective 170 hit points, which is really annoying for Urshi also. You also get the benefit of the hurried gate ability, allowing you to simply draw a card each turn, which is no bad thing in general if you want to convert your Zoroark just into extra draw in those opening stages, or just have a vanilla reasonable attack to go for with Twin Energy, which we do support in the deck, obviously. So Wyrdeer helps out one of our previous worst matchups, which is Urshifu, which is fantastic. We also gain Miltank. Miltank with that really annoying ability, Miracle Body, saying it can't be hit by Pokemon V. And it has the Route Attack. Again, we're playing Twin Energy here, so we do 10 plus 20 more for each of your opponent's benched Pokemon. I find this buys us a good amount of time against Arceus. Typically, they're playing like 2 Boss and Palpad, so sometimes, especially if it's going to be barrel engines, they really struggle with dealing with Miltank. Sometimes they're just doing like Crobat Poison shenanigans and hoping for the best, and trying to flip coins with their barrel, and that is sometimes really awkward for them. So against certain builds of Arceus, this is going to be incredible. Now, Inteleon lists will have a better time against the Miltank, but this isn't like our core strategy. A lot of the time we're using Miltank to try and just make life more awkward for the Arceus player, so that we have time to fill our discard pile and knock out Dunsparce a couple of times. That's going to be our route. So we're going to take those one prize knockouts while the opponent is trying to boss us back, so that we work towards the Worm. And Worm, again, is more powerful because we have the glasses. So it takes even less for Matron's Anger to be able to KO Arceus. So bear that in mind. Once the weakness is activated, once we finally got through the likes of their Klara plus Dunsparce, we can Worm them. And that's going to be really important. So yeah, the Miltank offers a great line into the barrel builds of Arceus, and is also a helpful annoyance against other Arc builds, and just in other archetypes in general. Sometimes archetypes can't easily boss on turn 2 or whatever. You can just throw this guy out there to try and buy you some breathing room, which is no bad thing. We also get to play Radiant Greninja. It's more draw. That's exactly what you want. It's a Pokemon card, so it helps fuel discard pile, and is going to be really important in terms of just being a worm target. But it's also an early game draw option. I think that's something that I've always struggled with in the deck, and we are already playing Klara, so it's great to have concealed cards as an option, because putting Darkness Energy in the discard pile is no bad thing necessarily, because you can bank them there for Klara plays with Moltres. So I really like having this. It's like having an extra Cinccino in play, but it's just on board and helping you accrue more value and get towards the bottom of your deck, which is going to be very helpful for you. From there, we have the usual suspects. We have the Weezing, very good against Inteleon list for buying some more time, and in some cases it's just back-breaking for certain archetypes. We have the Altaria to help us cherry-pick certain supporter cards. We play some 1 and 2 counts of all sorts, and this also is our natural free retreater in the deck. Our only pivot options are Bird Keepers and the natural pivot of Altaria, so I find this card immensely valuable. We have the Flapple with Acid Mucus doing 50x the number of abilities your opponent has in play, which is always very nice, and it's just a 1 colorless, so it relieves the pressure on Twin that little bit. Golisopod is a grass type, which is becoming more relevant now there's Darkrai, and there is also Samurott potentially in the game. And again, with the glasses, the hard time slash is doing huge numbers. This is less effective now that we don't play Choice Belt into the Mew matchup, but I think that glasses on Zoroark already is very good against Mew. The Night Days can be knocking out Mew Vs, of course, and the Moltres just gets ridiculous value even earlier on in the game, thanks to the ×3 weakness that we're now representing. So Moltres just gets involved even earlier in the game, which is just cracked. From there, we have just a ton of ball search to get our stuff together. We have the Pal Pad because we play lots of 2 and 1 counts. And yeah, then we play those interesting supporters. I'm choosing to just play 2 research, which is kind of the lowest I've ever gone, really. But I feel a bit less worried when I have Greninja to get me some opening draws. Hopefully get me into things like the Altaria so I can cherry pick this card. And I like having the Zinnias for extra discard and push potential without binning the lots, which was always a headache with research at times. And we are playing those glasses, the new tool card that we're choosing to play instead of Choice Belt. Like I said, it's a little bit detrimental for exactly Golisopod, but against everything else, it's like really important. So I think it benefits the Moltres, benefits the Zoroark, benefits Wyrdeer, of course. So I think it's all good there, and benefits Wormadam as well to an extent. Usually the game revolves around dealing with the Dunsparces first, but that's neither here nor there. So yeah, that is going to be our new upgrades. The reason I don't like Mightyena, again, just to reiterate, I feel like we're strong enough into Mew. That was this deck's main selling point when it was initially built, and I still find that to be the case. So, let's play some Zorobox. It's one of my favourite pet decks to just jam on the ladder. It does have some consistency issues, but hopefully the Greninja can patch up those cracks that little bit, and we can get some extra early game draws in. And with a few more additions to the toolkit, maybe we can get things going. And we also get to look stylish in some glasses, which is fantastic. Getting into our first game then, let's have a quick word from our sponsor of the channel, the lovely Potown Store, where you can get your Astral Radiance codes now, and you can use code Omnipoke for 5% off of your order. We have managed to win the coin flip. I do like going first, even though we have the Call for Family of Minccino, because we are playing so much ball search and we have the VIP passes, so we are going to choose to go first here. But there's no bad thing in going second just because Call for Fam is cracked. Our opening is looking pretty solid with the Milk up front, because this immediately makes our opponent play quite differently, right? So we'll see how things go there. We're holding on to Level Ball for turn 2 Cinccino, which is nice. And I can do an early quick ball away of a Molt to probably get a Zorua down. We did top deck Twin, so I could attempt to Greninja and start drawing cards off of that. But for now, I think it's relatively okay to just go for the Mincinos and hope for the best off of our first trade. So we'll see how that goes. I'll hold the Twin for now. Route is doing just 10 right now, so we'll let our opponent build the board before I commit to the Twin. See a tower and a memory capsule. What is this? This is going to be Umbreon Control, where it's Eldegoss looping. Probably is going to be that. We have Golisopod with glasses. If they put 2 Umbreons down, that's 13 times 3 is 390. So we have 1 hit KO potential on Umbreon, is the long and short of it. So let's see. So our Golisopod is actually here. Are our glasses here? Yes, they are. So I don't think we'll have any problems, honestly. They typically do play Flanneries, so I'm going to hold on to all of our Twin Energies here. Because I don't want to run out of Golisopod hits, basically. They also play Sydney sometimes, though. But I don't think they'd Sydney a 4-card hand. They're going to commit to drawing as many cards as possible, right? So I think we're going to be okay here, ultimately. Golisopod probably kind of busted. See an early Peonia from them, trying to get some cards out of prizes. They've lost. They just don't know that they've lost. The thing is, we need to have an attacker that's not Golisopod for a while that can churn through Miltanks. So we need Wormadam and Golisopod set up, both of which really require these twin energies. But it shouldn't be a big problem. Toss this. Basically, our entire hand is really valuable right now. Okay. We get to go slow because the matchup is slow, and I feel like we just win. We see an Ultra Ball. I wonder if there's any new cards other than Miltank from the set that makes this Umbreon deck much better. Can't think of much off the top. Oh, Roxanne, right? Roxanne could be a part of it. Okay. See a pitch. Alright, Umbreon number 1 is down. There's the Sun and Moon. I think Zinnia's feels pretty okay here. Starting to accumulate our stuff now. So we are hitting 70. I think I should save it for the boss prize here, though. Really need to make our twin energies go the distance, because we know they can Flannery us. Tower away an Umbreon. I feel like these molts aren't going to be too helpful. So Bird Keeper is interesting. But I think boss prize is fine. Make use out of boss while I can. There is the Flannery. Does force him to get rid of Tower, though. Just the pass. Okay. Should be a pretty reasonable Matrons hit. See a signal for the chunky Miltank. I'm going to discard another VMAX. See a Hisuian Heavy, certainly a nice upgrade for controlling decks. Versus cheating some slots where they can feel much more confident with just one counts. This list was still playing Peonia, of course, because you still need to cherry pick non-Pokemon targets. But what's also cool is you get to Peonia all your Pokemon that are currently in your hand into the prizes, or your basics, because you can Hisuian Heavy them back out. So it actually makes the Peonia, it's like pretty good synergy of having them both, because you can like bank your Pokemon there for later. I can see the backup. Get back some of the goods. We only have 8 cards left in deck, which is a small concern, but we are churning through prize cards. They only play like 2 Cheryl, so it's hard for them to do the loop with a badge on the active, because they have to like Bird Keep in the mix. So you basically always need double Umbreon down. So I don't feel too nervous just yet. They also haven't seen the pod, which is important to know. We also have a pseudo 2 more cards in deck with Palpad helping us. See Starly get some cards, okay, seems good. He certainly won't be drawing any more cards. I think I attach a Dark to Miltank here. Or I might be attaching Active, that's another option. One plays around Flannery, one plays around Boss. They've played 1 Flannery and no Boss. So I guess for that reason we'll do this. Do this. And smack. I wonder if Umbreon Badge was part of their Keen Eye combo here. Because it will be important for them. No, just the Flannery, okay. There's the capture. If we DTE, they're not allowed to use Yveltal, right? They will just lose if they actually Cry of Destruction us. So we are allowed to play this. It's just a bad bait from them, to be honest. Okay, they're going to switch. They certainly need to play a net. Yeah, they just... We didn't even get to do the cool Golisopod play! No! But how funny is it that we randomly just beat that deck because of the power of the glasses? The glasses! They put 2 down, and then we go all the way up to 390. You love to see it. Alright. Let's have another game. That was when we had all the time in the world to do what we wanted, and that is not always the case. That's for sure. Our hand was pretty dicey for a while there as well. I feel like other decks could have pressurized us much harder. Have a mulligan. Let's say hello. This is a hand that is crying out for a basic energy. Or any energy. And it's Bliss. Blissey Tank. So, the Wormadam's going to be our best friend. Let's pass it over. Our only real concern is that they just get so off to the races that it takes us a while to boss around Dunsparce and deal with it a couple times. That's the only concern I really have here. Where they just like fly ahead in prizes, then just start attacking us with Miltanks over and over. So I want to be bench conservative if I can, because that is a loss condition for us. Have to bear it in mind. We prized out Altaria, which is a bit annoying. Let's just grab this for fodder. Let's fodder Moltres. Okay. Boss Bliss, probably our best move. Could easily have committed Darkness Energy to a bench here, just in case they do have the switch card, yeah. They're going to Avery, just for 3 cards, but they can hit through us here. Certainly want supporter cards, so we will thin as quickly as possible. As much as I want a third Cinccino down, I have to play around boss. We'll be at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So I still need more in the bin, or I need to hit glasses to get the KO here. Bird Keeper is a decent draw. Let's start with the make-dos, though, because Zinnia or Research would be preferred draws. One, two, three, four, five, six, 7, 8, 9, 10. This returns, so it's 13 right now. Don't hit the glasses. Also draw our last usable incense targets, which is a bit boot. We do hit the glasses, though. Here we go. We're coming in hot. Those spooky glasses taking us up to 390. Oh dear, what a meme. We weren't able to get any Zoruas down, which is kind of bad. They're at 367, down to 5. So if they have another DT in hand... Oh, sending up the route, okay. There's the twin. It's not doing a lot. You're going to see a Marnie, though. Ain't that some nice make-do fodder? Do I want boss this turn? Probably. I think I still liked Bird Keeps as an option. Feels pretty good. We're at 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Okay. In case I want to Klara back Cinccino, I might put down Minccino here. We hit our next glasses, which is insane. Desperately need to find their Dunsparce if they're going to have a hope here. Captain Energy will not get it. Do they prize Dunce or do they just not play it? Let's read on. The Bliss is going to take the KO though. Got the Lucky Energy draw engine. I feel like this next worm just insta-wins us the game, though. Right now we're at 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 15. So we're already there, right? But I may as well slap some glasses on, because it's funny and cool. And it also means I'm allowed to Klara here. The route is doing 2, 4, 6, 7. So I don't even need to bench stuff. We'll just swing for 450. You get to see some big shiny numbers with the glasses, that's for sure. You can see a hopeful boss, but we certainly Klara'd last turn. Let's see it one more time. The big worm coming in. Worm spectacles. What a combo. What a combo. Alright, so far we've faced two decks that are fairly slow, and it's really pressure that rolls this deck, so let's see if we come up against a deck that actually pressurizes. Or are we going to have a sweet day at the office with the glasses? The glasses could have won us the game against Umbreon because, you know, they just lose to the high damage output. And Blissey also loses to higher damage output. Looks like we get to go second and we have the VIP Call for Fam strat. You'll love to see that. Looks like it's going to be a more traditional deck, playing the Inteleon engine at least, with Melanie, so possibly Palkia, possibly Arceus. Arceus still certainly one of those decks that keeps you kind of honest. Especially when they're going first. Looks like it's Ice Rider, actually. So Ice Rider is one that we currently don't tech for. We are not playing Metal Worm. So we're going to hope to get in there with some other attackers of sorts. Cards like Flapple will be useful. Moltres in the late game, of course, useful. Possibly early game Miltank, if they go wide Peepo board. Force them to attack with an Inteleon at some point. We shall see. If they play Palkia, we have to be respectful of the option of Radiant Greninja, but looks like it's an Arc Ice build. So Miltank is here, Greninja is here for some early card draw, which I'm certainly into. I won't get the Miltank just so proactively, because I want cards first. Cards is always where you begin. Everything happens with cards. Not going to play either of these Ball Search cards, because they can both convert into Cinccino's or other things, which again equals cards. We get to go early Peepo board, which is pretty pog. You go Zorua Cinccino in this spot for sure. Cover ourselves from boss. Make sure we're drawing cards. It's all about those cards, remember? Greninja can do an early Klara and get back more cards. Unless we get hit with Path. We do not play a counter stadium, so Greninja is limited in its usage, but it's all about the early game panic, really. Certainly helps out in that regard. Because it's an Ice Arc as well, it's probably not that likely that they play Dunsparce. So we could get a nice Worm boss KO at some point. Got to be on our radar for sure. I'm going to see a Sob. I'm going to see a Melanie to the active. There comes an Ultra Ball, so they can actually get swinging with Icy Boy as well. We can just ride the High King for everything here. Right, we certainly want this. We have Golisopod and Zoro that we can search. That's probably our best move. Golisopod doing 180 right now. So let's go Zoro and Pod. And start drawing some cards. We still have that Klara that we can play. If I do this, no, because I'd be playing the Klara. Okay, I was thinking if I just wanted to discard, I still probably will discard an Altaria here. Have it as an option in the deck, or sorry, in the discard pile. But by the way we sequence this, I would have to do it in the bin, then Klara the Greninja. So it would only top deck a supporter, it wouldn't give us a live one straight away. So we are lacking the energy to attack here, unfortunately. One thing that Mightyena would do would be attack for free in this spot. So all you Mightyena stands, get your pitchforks out. We do have a couple more draws potentially though. Still, so it ain't over yet. Do this. Do this. Even Miltank's not a bad card to attack with here. It's actually an insane card to attack with. Probably the best thing I can pull out compared to a Zorua. So let's get that Cinccino back. Minccino, I should say. And we have Greninja draws only remaining. Looks like we did fail on that front. It would only have been a Flapple that could attack. And that ain't great. So I think we go turn into Altaria, put a good card in our top deck, and just go Miltank Pass, probably. They basically just boss Zorua, and then what do? I go basically just try and hit him with Miltank. Probably still our best move. We could do a panic hurried gate for a card and really hope to hit that twin, but we're not there really. I think we just keep it chill. Do I need... We don't need glasses in this matchup. I don't need really any of these cards in my hand, but I will be drawing first off Greninja probably, and that's where things get random. But I think I don't mind having this option in hand, just to pitch it all. Have a deep dig towards twin next turn. So we just pass like this. Definitely don't evolve Zoroark, because it's already probably a priority boss target for them. So it would certainly be Drizzile for boss. Have to assume. Yep. I imagine they chase Zorua here. They could go after Altaria because they've attached water to Drizzile, and they may not want me to put boss on top of my deck. Because if I route the Drizzile, it means they have to boss again the following turn. The only issue with them bossing Altaria is if I just evolve into Zoroark and I can make another Altaria. Oh, they still do it though. Okay. It does take away my pivots. That's what it does do. But we can go Altaria boss here. As long as we find twin. Have 7 draws to get there. Or 6, I should say. because we knew our top deck wasn't that. And it's actually not 6 because I also need to weave the boss in unless I draw it off these cards pre-Altaria. Ugh, where are these twin energies? Baby rage. So if I go Altaria boss, I need to hit twin off the last, literally the last card. Or I go evolve, bench, research the lot. That's the other route here. Gives a solid route into the active. They come in with Greninja. I can swing into Greninja with Pod. Okay, that seems fine. We just need to not miss DT at this point, I think. There's no reason to play these glasses, right? No. Finally a twin energy. Let's not show the worm just yet. Let's hit for 90. So they can go Drizzle for big intel, or they can just Drizzle boss. Depends on really where they want to go. If they want to go through the active, that's fine. Yeah, they're going to go for the Inteleon so they can retreat attack, I guess. Deal with the Miltank this way. I imagine an Ice Arc plays 2 boss and pad. So by taking a knockout with the Intel, they give themselves boss pad for the last 3 prizes. So I basically can't use Miltank anymore. I see Avery Marnie. Okay. They pad pre-supporter. Interesting. I see the pay retreats. That's the bullet KO. And here comes the Avery. We have to discard these cards, but we've got through so much of our deck. We really don't need Cinccino much anymore. There goes the Aqua Bullet. So I need to win this game in 3 attacks. The first attack is going to be with Golisopod, hitting for 180 through this active Mon. Then I need to be able to hit 230. And that's going to come via a Moltres later. So I just need to be able to knock out Arc with Worm Boss, basically. That's the last thing I need to do. So this turn it's Golisopod. Then it's Boss Worm. And then it's Molt. Okay, fine. And possibly Boss as well. It's fine. This is super winnable. Let's make do. Claring this turn because there's no better time to weave it in sounds good. I go Zoroark Dark and just proactively put the Molt down. Haven't played any Klaras yet, have I? Yes, I have. So it needs to be Palpad. But next turn it needs to be Boss with Worm anyway. So I actually go Zorua Zoroark and just take the Darks and don't use the Molt. Oh, I can still put the Molt down. Yeah, okay, fine. Do both. Zorua Zoro. Take the Dark Energies. And Zorua. Proactively Molt because we know they took Marnie. Also might give them a different boss target away from our Zoruas. It's going to be close, really. It comes down to how their disruption effects are. Hand. I don't think they have time to make Inteleon helpful. They're going to go Fish for Marnie? Fish for Melanie, okay. That makes our boss play easier on the Fish. Actually, it's the same. It's the same. Means I can do it whilst going Zoroark into Altaria, though. Five, 10, 15, 20, 23. Oh, I don't need to boss if I just do this, right? 5, 10, 15, 20, 23. Yeah, so I don't even need to boss, I can just do this. Seems good. We actually prized both our bosses. That's hilarious. So the fact they put the fish down actually basically saved us the game. My alternative was that I could go... No, I'd only be at 22 with the Moltres. So literally saved by them putting a fish down. What was my alternative there? Did I have any? No, because we prized... Yeah, I think just because we were boss prized, we were scuppered. We do see quick shooting. We see quick ball. For a sob. See water active, so they're not even attacking this turn. Gonna see a panic boss. Well, Golisopod did the work there. He is still a pretty decent boy. The fish was so bad from them, it's unreal. But yeah, there we go. Zorovox, it's a thing, still. It's still one of my favourite decks to play. You are quite inconsistent, but you get to do cool stuff. And it's hard for the opponent to play around everything. That's the sentiment. I do think there's an argument to still playing belts, even though we saw the glasses doing a lot of work in only one of the games, but it could have been two of the games. There's still an argument for belt because it makes Moltres so much stronger, but we'll have to monitor that. Like Moltres is still in, like it gets even better into Mew, but it gets weaker against like the general field. So it depends how tanky stuff gets. So we'll keep an eye on that. But yeah, in general, that is Zorobox updated with some new treats. We got to see the Milk in action. The Wyrdeer didn't come up too much, but the glasses put in a really respectable showing there as well. So let me know your thoughts on Zorobox. How are you playing it? Would you still play the Mightyena right now? Let me know down below. And yeah, I'll see you tomorrow for another video. Cheers.